Do you know India had an university which was attacked thrice in its lifetime? Huns attacked it, Malads attacked it, and finally Khilji destroyed it. When Khilji destroyed this, this university, the library of this university was burnt, and the scriptures and books and everything of this library was burnt for months. Why do you think the invaders attacked an university, and especially its library and the scribes and everybody? There must be something important in these libraries. In fact, let me show you. This is the ruins of the Nalanda University, which was attacked thrice and being destroyed. This is one of the oldest university in the world, largest also. But my question here comes to you is why the libraries are important, and what is the importance of those scriptures kept in libraries. In fact, I must tell you, in Nalanda University, the library was important because these particular libraries and the scribes and the scholars were the important source of origin of multiple religion, especially Buddhism. Vajrayana Buddhism concept was actually originated in Nalanda. In fact, there are three other religions which started through these scholars, and religious books and concepts were kept there. So if you destroy a library, what happens? When you destroy a library, you are actually destroying the knowledge base, right? And in other reverse, if you build a library, what happens? You are actually spreading that knowledge base. I worked with some of the biggest libraries in the world, and one of these libraries came back to me with a very typical problem. It says that, see, we have branches in India, we have councils in India, and we have libraries as such. And interestingly, I came to know that the GenNext is not going to those libraries. In fact, GenNext is not going to the libraries, physical libraries as space. That was a different issue. But I started understanding the value of a library, especially a library which is not in the source country. That means the library is overseas. And if you see that most of the colonials, most of the developed nations across the world has built libraries in different other countries. For example, Britain, France, Germany, America, Russia had libraries in India. And in fact, they have libraries in multiple other countries. But what is the use of these libraries? To start a library outside their country. Why they are so keen to give their knowledge to the countries like India? I mean, what grade they will get of it. Then I understood a very interesting fact. The libraries are the sources to inspire the GenNext of that particular nation to dream to go to the other nation to study. So libraries are the source to show that the other nation is great. Some of these nations added great in their own name themselves. That's a different point. But my understanding here is that a library overseas is very important to give the knowledge or give the understanding that this country has a resource of knowledges. And you know that how many students are leaving this country to study abroad. So this dream of studying abroad actually starts in a very early age, and the libraries are one of these important resources to show that the country is great. I have gone to British Council myself, and very, very well curated library they have. And these libraries have kept the books in a way stating that most of the important knowledge bases are actually sourced from those countries. But in fact, interestingly, this nation, India, is 10,000 years old history. We do have our own, documented histories as such, but we never tried to build a library in other country. But why? That's my question. Why? We have so many resources. We have so many important people across the world, but nobody thought of building libraries in other nations to spread the knowledge base what we have. If we don't spread the knowledge base, how can you think that people will come in India to study and understand that this country is great? People come here to travel, right? To see wonderful things, but they never comes here. Normally, many of these developed nations won't come here to join an university in a large number, because we never tried to bring that dream forward to say that this is a country which has a resource to give you and you should join these universities to learn for. I'm not going about the quality of university, that's a different issue, but I'm talking about library as such. So let's think about it in a better way, how we can build libraries in different nations, physical libraries, because physical libraries will give physical space. You can have a virtual space also as such, but building library is a very good and very important criteria to spread the knowledge base across the world. Thank you. My name is Sengupta. I'm an academician and I lead an initiative called India Matters. Namaskar.